Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Turbo here. Like, comment, subscribe. You know we do reaction videos. This video is I investigated a city where it's illegal to be homeless. I can't wait to see what it's about. It's by Tyler Oliveira. This is kind of out of my zone. I usually react to AMP, anything AMP related, Aiden Ross, IShowSpeed, stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? Well, I'll try something new. This sounded seemed very interesting. So let's get into it.
Grants Pass, Oregon, the city where it's illegal to be homeless. Oh, you got trespassed from the park.
People get fined for everything out here.
I've gotten like 30.
So how the hell is they homeless? Wait, they're getting city ordinances because get the fuck.
Tickets in the past year and a half, $300.
Okay, like no joke. Like I'm not even trolling. I'm not even lying. I'm not even trying to joke or nothing. But if they're homeless, how the fuck they finna pay this ticket?
Pop.
They don't care if we live or we die.
They
You
don't.
can't pay, you can't pay.
It
I
is.
think
It
they
is
should
what it
buy
is.
bus tickets and ship them up to Salem.
I have people
Why,
drive by
though?
and say, kill yourself.
They make you feel like a criminal for being homeless.
With $295 fines for anyone caught sleeping in public, and with repeat offenses.
So $300. So what if you just had like a long day? Because there was somebody by somebody's van. What if you had a long day at work? Cause I know people that have long days at work and then like they like accidentally fall asleep in their car. Like, you know what I'm saying? What happens then? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like anything can happen. Let's not rule out the impossible. What if they fall asleep in their car, like on the side of the road because they just could not make it home? I mean, like in driver's ed, that's what they teach you to do. If you can't make it home, pull over to the side and fall asleep. That's better than getting in an accident. Well, you're gonna get $300 for thinking about other people's safety. No, I can't wait to see what city this is.
Offenses punishable by 30-day park bans and up to 30 days in jail. In 2018, a group of homeless people sued the city of Grants Pass, claiming these laws criminalize them for being homeless and just trying to go to sleep. As this case has been escalated to the Supreme Court to try to answer if this camp ban is unconstitutional, what do the locals here think about all this?
What are your thoughts on the fines for the homeless people out here in Grants Pass? They're great. They're great?
I am so sick and tired of not being able to take my son to the freaking park anymore without finding needles and seeing people overdosing in the parks.
See, I didn't think.
I would like to see all of that cleared up and gone.
Our kids can't go play at the parks anymore without finding drug paraphernalia, without being harassed by homeless people. There's so many mountains around here. There's so many other places that they could stay.
Can't offer somewhere so far in the woods that they can't get to the community resources that they need. Where exactly do you expect them to go?
Where do you think they should go?
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm saying. There
I
isn't
see.
a place for them to go.
What do you think the fines do?
It discourages them to be here.
Yeah.
I think there should be situations to house them, but there's what you would call, I would say, professional homeless that don't want to be home, want to live in a home. They don't want to live by the rules of society, and that's fine if you want to do that, but not in my backyard.
Let's say I'm living in a tent and I got $1,000 worth of fines.
Well, you don't have the money, you don't have the money.
Okay.
Like, there's no way you
I'm
can pay
out
it. Like,
here.
don't even worry about it.
Frontier Oregon Trail, baby.
That's right.
You think they should be allowed to sleep?
To be honest with you, you know what I think?
Talk to me.
I think they should buy bus tickets and ship them up to Salem. Help wanted all over the place. Why don't they just go to work?
Do you think fining the homeless people in Grants Pass will
There's
help
some
them
truth
become
behind that.
not homeless?
No, not at all. Because they ain't gonna be able to pay their fine.
A lot of these people are just low income. It's, $1,500 to rent a one-bedroom apartment. How do you expect someone who's making, like, say, $900 on Social Security to rent a one-bedroom apartment?
Do you think anyone can end up in a tent out here in Grants Pass?
I'm a month away from being homeless.
And do you think finding people in a
That's
tent
crazy.
is cruel and unusual?
Yeah, that's a
That's a whole paycheck for me.
Some kind of solution. I mean, pick a place where they're not in everybody's way.
Or find a localized park or a place like that we can have housing for them. Like, I've gone to Riverside Park and I caught some dude smoking out of a bong that was actually heroin.
All right. I mean, we've talked to a lot of people that live out here.
You
Question
get
is,
both
what will go down at the
perspectives.
Supreme Court?
I like that. Is it Tommy that made this video?
What is the precedent that
Tyler. Yeah, Tyler. I really like that. He got both perspectives. He got the perspective from the homeless people and the perspective from the people around it. I like that. No, you get both perspectives. You can't just judge a story by one side.
will be said out here? But what do the homeless people getting these fines think about all this? With countless tents in plain sight right at the park entrance, are these people getting fined for sleeping out here? And what happens if they don't pay their fines? I met
Great news! Now your account has a level, and you get free daily cases
up with.
I'm not gonna hold you. It sounds like they're giving out fines to keep the city safe. and not, you know what I'm saying, keep the city safe and drug free.
Brock, a vocal member of the community advocating for clean, safe, drug-free parks, and actually has a son suffering from drug addiction living on these streets. Okay, so there are plenty of tents out here. Looks like we've reached the park where shit's going down. You were going to show me some signs.
These are just the signs that we show during our rallies that we have on the streets.
They call you the park narc?
A park narc sometimes, effing asshole.
Okay, so Brock, you live here in Grants Pass?
Yes.
Hey,
You have a son.
my camera froze. Wonder how long that shit been frozen.
Son somewhere out here in the parks?
Yes, my son is one of these campers in the park.
Okay.
Yeah. His name is Jack. Jack Spurgeon.
Okay, and how did Jack end up on the streets out here?
He fell into drugs at an early age, around 19.
Okay.
He's 37 now. He's rolled around. He spent 2 seasons in Portland. He just got back from spending 5 months in the Tenderloin, San Francisco. So he's been through it.
But he's not living with you?
No.
Why not?
The drugs.
Okay.
The vast majority of these people need rehab first.
Okay.
Okay, giving them a place to live, putting money in their pockets isn't going to fix anything until they fix the drug problem.
And have you offered your son, hey, would you like to get into rehab or get clean, and then he'd come back to dad?
Yeah, we were just talking about it yesterday. He's just not ready. Most people aren't. If you offer them rehab, most of them will turn it down. You know, I lay in bed every night wondering if I'm going to see my son again. I love him so much, you know. I do work him. I'm a tile contractor, so if he's able to work, I work him and put some money in his pocket. Of course, he spends it on drugs.
Sure.
It's a complex problem.
But what do the people living out
I
here
hate
think
that
the
for 'em.
solution is? So I'm curious if you've been...
You know how heartbreaking that gotta be for him, man. I really hate that for him, man. Hey, prayers to your son. I hope he gets better.
fined for sleeping out in these parks?
Many times.
Have you been shuffled from one park to the next?
Yep, every week.
How did you end up out here?
I lost my job during COVID and been trying to play catch up ever since, which is kind of hard when you get $300 tickets every day. So,
how many summative like ticket costs do you have right now?
I've gotten like 30 tickets in the past year and a half at $300 a pop. You do the math.
Is it kind of your belief that it's become a crime to be poor out here?
9K.
Look at us like we're street trash, and really we're human beings. Like some of the things they come up with to write tickets for, it seems like they're making it up right as they go, you know? Today, I actually did get a ticket, exclusion of the park, which means I'm kicked out of this park for 30 days.
What will happen if you don't leave?
Then I get arrested for trespassing.
And you end up in jail?
Mm-hmm.
Has that happened before?
Yep.
Do you use drugs out here?
No.
No? So, Brock, that seems like a... pretty situation, right? What are your thoughts on that? Because she's sober, she's not using. Do you think that's a solution to her circumstance?
No, I mean, it's not sustainable. I mean, where are they going to get money to pay these fines?
I agree. It doesn't make sense to me. And this game of musical chairs, as these people move their tent from one park to the next, as they collect tickets they'll never be able to pay off, is surprisingly quite common. Okay, let's see what we got.
The same one I got before.
Okay, that's pretty official looking.
I've been fined for illegal camping, I guess they call it.
Get fines if our tent's too big. Mine's apparently too big.
$100. That's $100.
Okay, $100
Not like that,
for Schedule 2 controlled substance. Just setting up a tent out here, you got a fee for how much?
Like $250.
Did you pay that fee?
No, I have not yet.
How many times have you been fined?
I probably got about 20.
See, this is where I always want to thank God for like me being in the position I am to be able to do what I am, man. It's really hard out there in the world, and I'm like blessed enough to be able to, you know what I'm saying? Even if I wasn't, man, bro, just thank you, God. Man, they got it rough. Thank you, God, man.
25 tickets in the last 6 months, something like that.
$1,000 worth?
Oh, yeah, over that.
Art Hoff had a month there where he kicked me out of 8 parks in 7 days.
8 parks in 7 days.
Yep.
That means you're banned from one park, you got to go to the next.
Yep.
How would you plan on paying that fee, if at all?
I have no idea.
And it's not even like I can storm the weather. You know what I'm saying? Or I can weather the storm. I don't know why I got that backwards. I can weather the storm. It's all about like how my grandmother would feel if that was me. You know what I'm saying? I think about other people and how like if I lived bad or if I was like not right, how it would affect them. That's why I stay on track. Like, yeah, you're supposed to do stuff for you, but there's some of us out there that like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's others that motivate us. So, like, you know what I'm saying? I got my grandma, I got Nasir. And there's some other people, too, that like I gotta be great so they can sleep easy at night. I have to be okay so they'll be okay. You know. Obviously, like I'm living right by the way, like by the career I'm chasing. Like the career I want is for me, but there are also motivating factors that keep me grounded and keep me pushing every day, no matter the amount of success that I've seen. Yeah, all my success so far is on TikTok, but like it's gonna obviously push over to other ventures because it's just what's meant for me. But just thank you, Lord, thank you, God, that you put me in a position to be able to just make money from home. Thank you.
No idea. I don't have to like ask for some help or payment plans or something.
Are you using out here right now?
A low level, like not large.
Fentanyl?
A little bit, not much.
Most people use out here, or is it kind of mixed?
It's mixed. Yeah.
I'm sure you know this, but fentanyl's pretty deadly, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. That doesn't concern you?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you carry Narcan?
I do. Yeah, I mean, it was concerning, really, really concerning for a while, and then I started not overdosing. I don't know why. I don't know if that's tolerance or.
How many times have you died?
I don't know. I guess 8 or 9.
8 or 9?
8 maybe.
That doesn't scare you at all?
It does. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, it was scaring me, but.
Shelters out here you could go to sleep in?
There's the mission. Like, I don't, buy into that. Like,
Not a big
not
fan?
buy into, but.
It's like the Christian stuff and that sort of thing. You're not.
I do believe in Jesus. Like I love the Lord. Like, but I didn't like the way it felt. Like certain treatments towards me that I don't like. It doesn't relate with me.
I'm not religious. Going to a Christian-based place is just not my forte.
What is something you'd like people in Grants Pass to know about your situation? Everyone out here.
Some of these people have jobs. Some of these people aren't even on drugs. People accuse them of being drug addicts and, just homeless bums, and some of them aren't.
Have you been offered treatment, and do you even use anything?
I do.
What do you use?
Fentanyl.
Have you overdosed at all?
Yes, I have.
How many times?
Too many to count.
Yeah. Does that scare you?
You would think it would, but it's more of a peaceful thing.
When you overdose?
Yeah. I think it's just more of the fact that people, not necessarily lazy, I just think they don't think there's any hope. There's no hope. Everybody's lost motivation to do anything.
Did you start with fentanyl, or did you kind of work your way up?
I started with heroin when I was 13. My dad shot me up with heroin when I was 13.
No! No! Oh my God!
Opiatic ever since.
Jeez. See, brother. Kind of a similar story to your son, it sounds like.
Similar story to my son, yes.
How does that make you feel?
Like I want to give him a hug.
Yeah.
Tell him to get cleaned up.
Yeah.
I'd be very.
It's deeper than that, bruh. It's deeper. It's deeper than just giving a hug and telling somebody with him is deeper, bruh. That shit must be on his mind every day. My dad hated me so much that he shot me up with drugs. Bro, I don't know if I can finish this. This is nasty work, bro.
What we pulled off the ball field last weekend at
Whoa.
Morrison. This is what bad. You're going to find in the park. And they don't mean to all the time. I mean, when you get high, you don't realize what.
Welcome to Flatiron School. This is where you learn how the future works, where the whole point of education is
what you're dropping, and they don't even realize the problems they're causing.
I'm always afraid he's going to pick up. Just a tad bit could make him overdose.
You were saying hey, I kind of agree these needles are on the kids' field, but where do we put them right if they're locked up?
Well, there are disposable units in the bathrooms,
Okay.
but they lock the bathrooms up. Some of the homeless are trying, they're very, very childish, and they do stupid things in retaliation.
What are we seeing? Just spiteful needle tosses? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
So you're telling me, they locked the bathroom. Let me put these noodles where kids can get to them. This is, bro, I don't know if I can finish this. I got to, though.
Carelessness. There's probably 15% of the people out here that aren't responsible, but they're just, it looks like all of it.
Not responsible. Doing hardcore drugs is irresponsible. You would think, come on, bro. I'm talking about
It seemed like the irresponsible
just because you dispose of Just because you dispose your drugs correctly does not mean you're responsible.
Drug users in the homeless population, leaving drug needles and foil in the parks, have caused the locals here to be fed up with the entire homeless population. But the question is, how many of these people want to get out of this situation, and what's the biggest thing holding them back?
It's like they don't want us to be here at all. They don't want to help us get up. You can't get a job if you don't have an address.
I'm trying so hard to be like, this weekend? Oh.
Yeah, I didn't think about it, but Misha was just texting me. I was like, oh shoot, I do gotta go to that. All the family's coming down.
Oh, so you won't even think about it. You just say no to say no then.
I didn't
It's
have
fine.
plans. I mean, I didn't think about it.
So you are just saying no to say no.
No, I was saying no, I didn't have plans. That was the only plan. I just.
Oh, so we could have hung out this weekend if you didn't have plans.
I mean, yeah, I would have just been chilling here probably. Mama ain't called me.
Hold on. There was something.
These people want to get out of this situation, and what's the biggest thing holding them back?
Before I say something that'll get me canceled, let me see what you think first.
It's like they don't want us to be here at all. They don't want to help us get up. You can't get a job.
Okay. So there's people on hardcore drugs, right? And he was saying like it's like they don't want to help us get up. But my thing is like they didn't help y'all get on those hardcore drugs. We're talking about fentanyl, heroin. We talking about stuff like that. So if like how does that make you feel? What I just said?
That they didn't help you get on it?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's just how I feel, cause like they're going around, not particularly him, but because they locked the doors to the bathroom, they're leaving their needles across the field and stuff to be petty to the city, to where kids can get to the needles.
okay, now that's wrong.
Yeah, that's like there's a lot of things that they're doing,
I mean, of course you don't fight fire with fire.
but like,
I mean, I honestly feel like you shouldn't even be dumping them in the bathrooms.
well that,
Like,
that
'cause you think about like diabetics, like even if they don't have that little thing where they can put their needles in, the little biohazard container in most bathrooms, the red thing.
yeah.
I mean, like wrap it up and put it in your own personal bag. Like you shouldn't be throwing that away in the bathroom anyways. You should be throwing that away at home.
They said they don't have a home. Like this is like this video is called where it's illegal to be homeless.
I mean,
But like the bathroom has a
deserves
disposal.
second chance too.
The bathroom had a disposal.
It's like they don't want us to be here at all. They don't want to help us get up. You can't get a job if you don't have an address. You can't.
See, but like, they don't want them to be there because they're like leaving drugs across the ground.
But you know that is a law now. Like they passed that where like if you're homeless, if you're a veteran that's homeless or anything like that, that's illegal. I mean, I get what you're saying with they don't want them to leave the drugs out, but it's like, okay, if you don't want them to leave the drugs out there, then let's try to create something to help that. Because, I mean, y'all are not going to give them money.
Well, obviously, like, if you don't want nobody to be homeless, you got to make sure there's ways they can't be homeless.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
like,
that's
homeless shelters, like, designated shelters and stuff like that.
Because at least with a
Well-
shelter, they will send them out for, like, a few hours in the day to go try to find a job. Most of them will. Like, they don't just let them sit up, cooped up in the shelter. So, I mean, yeah, it's not good to leave drugs and needles and stuff all around the park and field. No, that's not good. But then also, at the same time, you can't get mad at them because they don't have nowhere else. If you're not making it easy, I'm not saying make it easy, but you're not making it possible for them to do better. Especially now, you got people that are doing good and they're struggling.
It depends on how they got started with drugs and what happened. There was one kid, he started at 13 because his dad shot him up with heroin. That's different. Like, he had no choice. And at 13 years old, he's probably addicted. And he don't know what the fuck going on.
Any child trauma, any child.
Yeah, that's another
any
thing.
family-
Like, he's not outliving that neither. Like, he's gonna be like, why my dad hate me so much to shoot me up with heroin? Like, he's gonna be living. He gotta go somewhere. Like, he need to see a therapist. Like, you know, that's the only like stories like that I excuse. It's like, bro, like they had no, you know what I'm saying? But like, people who had like nice jobs and living good and was like, I'm about to get into like heroin and stuff. It's like, bro, like no.
Okay, but then that's different. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's two different sides to. It's like no, you don't. They didn't help you get on drugs, so they're not going to help you get off drugs. But like in the extreme cases, the outliers, like that 13-year-old,
Yeah.
like he deserves some help. Like they need to have a system up.
And not the system that they have associated with children now, because that system never actually helps.
It don't help nothing. And actually, it seems like it puts them in more danger than help.
Yeah. Yeah. But then the good people,
You need to check up on them kids at least once a week.
no, they need to do it more than that. Especially if the kid is showing sign. And see, that's the crazy part. They'll do things as a cry out for help, and then the people are still not come around like they need to, or when they come around, they just play it by what the parents are saying. They'll never go and ask the child themselves, and then if they ask the child, they don't believe the child because the child like to make up things. But it's like they're not gonna make up something like that.
You never know.
Like getting beat on, getting neglected.
Some do lie.
Yeah, but not to that extent though.
Some-
Not to that extent.
They like to exaggerate things though. Like I'm not saying like I wouldn't flat out not believe the child, but
There needs to be a more thorough investigation then to prove that it was exaggerated.
yeah.
Because that's where it falls short at, and then that's how the kids end up missing and dead.
But yeah, y'all catch the drift. Let's go ahead and finish this video. I kind of like took a break from whatever. Let's finish it.
You can't shower every day. If you don't have a job, you can't make money. If you can't make money, you can't get a place. If you don't have a place, you can't get a job. People get fined for everything out here. You have trash around your tent. You have,
Would this be considered trash, like this Pepsi right here?
yeah,
If a cop was pissed off, let's
yeah,
say?
and I'm drinking it.
Okay.
Your tent's too big. I don't know why they come up with all these rules and regulations just to make it more difficult.
Okay.
I mean, and honestly, they spend more money on making it difficult for people than they would helping people.
Clearly, a $300 fine is not helping these people get out of homelessness, but it might help push these people to move out of Grants Pass and go be homeless in cities like Portland and San Francisco that are more friendly and accepting of tent towns and open-air drug use. But confused why the homeless here continue to live in a city that clearly does not like them, Brock took me to another park down the street where a major tragedy took place that permanently changed the city's relationship with the homeless population.
All right, Matt, thank you. At our top story tonight, Grants Pass residents are demanding action from the city after a man was killed.
Guys, if you're looking to go back to school, UMGC is waiving their application fee through May 31st. They
Killed last night during a shooting at Riverside Park.
So this is the heart and soul of Grants Pass, this park.
This park right there.
This whole park.
This whole park.
Yes.
And there's a bit of a division, right? So behind us, we have the tent set up right here. And then over here, families, kids, chilling, no tents at all. And why did they decide to split it in half and say, all right, you can have this half?
It was because of the shooting. Yeah, and enough people showed up at the city hall meeting to demand some sort of change.
Look,
but all they did was took the tents out. They didn't take the druggies out.
All right, I just want to emphasize that we come in here, there's no needles, no foil, but they took out the doors on every stall. So if you're going to take a dump out here, you're doing it raw. You got zero privacy. That's kind of funny. And this is new right here?
Damn.
Fairly new. They put them up a while ago.
This is for the needles.
Yes. It's weird that you would have to have those at a park, huh?
It's unfortunate.
A children's park, right here.
So I guess the question is, do you think finding homeless people sleeping on public land is cruel and unusual? Because that's what it's been escalated to the Supreme Court. So
Like money?
money, if we
We
catch
don't
you with a
have
tent,
any.
$300.
From where?
It's a fair question.
But basically, this park's really clean,
I haven't noticed anything on this side at all.
right?
Do you think we'll see any of that on that side?
Maybe, because there's people living there.
Question for y'all. We're trying to talk to people about that sign that's basically, finding people who are homeless out here camping.
I got
You
fined for my tent being too big and for stakes being in the ground, and I never even got a warning first.
Well,
It was
yeah,
$250. So what they do is they send it
Like when
to
you start
collections
recording,
or
people
whatever,
start
and
hitting
like,
you up.
how do we make court? I'm out here just trying to feed myself.
My question is, if you're homeless, down on your luck, trying to get back on your feet, where else do you sleep?
Exactly, that's the problem.
Do you think this city is treating homeless people like trash?
Absolutely.
Where's she get
I've
that cold
never
apple
been
juice?
treated so bad. They don't care if we live or
Oh, it's
we
not
die.
cold.
Because it's just another way to entrap us and enslave us in the debt system.
Every 3 days you gotta move. No stability to get employment or anything good out of this.
I have people drive by and say, kill yourself.
I'm only 17, so
Okay.
like from my point of view, I'm like, okay, adults are going through whatever they're going through, but then there's also like us kids that are living with our parents that are going through all these things, and we know that our parents are going through things, and like the police don't want to like get that. They don't want to understand that adults do have like stresses. It's hard to live out here and pay for an apartment with 2 kids and God knows how many ever animals you have. At this point, it's if you don't want to stay in your parks, then I guess y'all need to like do something about it. Like make a fucking big building for a fucking shelter for everybody. Like
Yeah.
Hello.
We
I
was
spoke
talking
to
about
your
that,
daughter.
I think it's bullshit.
Talk to me.
It's like, well, I can understand like people at like Morrison and like the parks that like the kids go to
Sure.
and Fruitdale, it's out by the school. Like I can understand that. But like over here, it's like, what the point? You're not doing nothing with this over here. As long as everybody would keep their cleaned up and everything, like I don't think it should be a problem.
Sure.
I'm a mom, single mom of 2 kids. Like shit, dude, it sucks being out here, yeah, but it's like, fuck, man, like what are you supposed to do? Like I'm not a druggie. And we ended up here because my ex lost his job and everything. And so we ran a business in Indiana and Illinois. It's like, I don't live like this. I've lived in 4 or 5 bedroom houses most of my life. So, it's like to have my kids out here, they're spoiled, rotten turds. And people are like, well, you're not homeless. Well, no, because we don't dress that way and we don't carry ourselves that way. Just because you're homeless doesn't mean you have to carry yourself like a piece of shit.
$300 you could like rent a place to camp, you
Say
know.
that, folks.
But you know what? The homeless make themselves look bad because look at this. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
like needle caps and homeless people make themselves look bad.
It seemed like there was a cultural divide within the homeless camps of people genuinely trying to get out of this situation and reintegrate back into working society, and others content with using drugs and living free of responsibility on the streets.
Question for you. I see you're moving your stuff. Did they recently sweep your tent?
Because my tent was 1 foot bigger than it was supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's my whole life here. I'm moving around constantly,
Yeah.
losing stuff, forgetting stuff, people getting stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just trying. And I'm actually out here working, so I have a job. And
Oh, you got trespassed from the park.
yeah.
Do you think the city hates homeless people?
I still don't think they hate people. They just misunderstand.
I'm gonna be real. This is
Crazy.
It's pretty brutal, dude. If you're constantly in this cycle, spending 10 hours a day, resetting the day, what time do you have to spend figuring it out?
With Brock's strong push for clean, drug-free parks, hosting rallies every week to gain more local support and to raise awareness for the cause, I was both saddened and surprised when we found this in the park.
Jack, that's my son right there.
Whoa. Yeah. This is unplanned.
Yeah, it's unplanned. I kind of had a figure he was here.
Hey, my name's Tyler.
Tyler,
Good to meet you.
sorry.
No, you're good. How you doing, man? Your dad showed me around the parks out here.
What do you think?
Nice parks. How long you been in this tent setup?
I mean, a few days. We get moved around a lot, so.
Yeah. We've talked a lot about you today. Is there a world you move in with Pops one of these days?
Probably not.
What's keeping you out here?
Mostly addictions and disabilities.
What are you using out here?
Everything.
Yeah.
But I'd say fentanyl is probably the number one.
Pops, what are you thinking?
It tears me apart.
Yeah.
He knows if he wants to get.
How the fuck? Like, oh, God, how you gonna unpack this? So look, this bro was sitting right in front of his pop saying like, I'm not moving in with you. I'd rather do drugs and be homeless. I'd rather do drugs and be homeless. And your dad is doing rallies, getting local support to try to clean up parks and have drug-free places just so he can get you off the streets. I don't know that's the type of love that I aspire to have, man. Like,
Get clean though. My door is open if he puts in the work. It still hurts, You come out here and I don't want him here.
Yeah.
I want him safe and in a house.
Yeah.
He's smart and capable, but drugs keep him down.
I hear you.
And he's not ready to really try to get off drugs.
What are your thoughts when you see Pops tear up a little bit over here?
No comment.
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you should too. Don't spend another dime on Amazon.
Comment?
Bro said no comment because he don't care.
Hurt as well a little bit? Or are you kind of just doing your own thing?
There's so much drama in my life. I try to.
You're choosing that drama. You know how you can stop? You know how he can stop that? It's not like his work drama. It's not like his family drama. Bro, if you get out the streets, you'll be good. The fuck?
Just.
You're not thinking about your
positive
pops.
stuff.
Fair.
That's not fair.
It's been a pleasure to meet
Speak
you, bro.
truth
I've heard a lot
into
of good things
somebody.
about you.
The
I hope
fuck?
you stay safe.
Well, if this hurts, but you'll call me later tonight or something. We'll work out getting you to work tomorrow, and I'll put a little money in his pocket.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna let you guys have a moment, all right?
All right, thanks.
All right. I know that was hard emotionally, I'm sure, but that interaction, I think, will hit home with a lot of people, right? That is your son.
Oh, yeah.
That could be your son.
Yeah. I'll tell you, when he disappeared into the Tenderloin for 5 months, I thought I'd never see him again. And he's disappeared for so many times. He'll be gone for 4 or 5 months. I wish he would want to be better.
With Brock's son Jack having a house to move into when he's ready, yet still refusing to leave the streets due to his drug addictions, it's clear the root cause of these people living on the streets is not always affordable housing or poverty, and for some, the drug use becomes a debilitating health crisis and lifestyle shackling them to the streets. But for the people out here who want to get out of the streets, unlike Jack right now, where can they even go? I headed to the Gospel Rescue Mission, one of the only homeless shelters in Grants Pass that's often criticized for having strict rules and for mandatory church attendance. While this is one of the only
Look, man. Look, if you get to stay somewhere for free, get back on your feet, you do what you gotta do. Who gives a like? What you mean strict?
shelters in town, largely funded by Christian donors. Can anyone that's homeless come live here? And why is it so hated amongst homeless advocates and people currently living on the streets?
I'm here with
Brian Botiller, Director of the Gospel Rescue Mission in Grants Pass. So for 41 years, we have been working to help people leave homelessness. Really, our program is really gunning for the guy that says, I want to leave homelessness behind, and with some effort, I can do it. And maybe for some of them, it takes 2, 3, or 4 times. You know, I have a gal that just graduated. She's graduating this week with a sustainable income and a home, who was exactly like some of the people in your other videos, you know, when you're looking at the issues of addiction and stuff like that. But we always believe that people are capable of change.
Oh, my little sister called me. Hello? Yeah, I know. Y'all looking for the what? Nah, I only touched the controller. What? Yeah, because you never know. Nah, I ain't never touched it. Facts. All right, I'll talk to you later, Mahogany. Bye. They gonna have to pay for that. She probably took it out.
Changing. Everybody that, you know, stays here kind of helps contribute to their stay in one way or another.
Including a strict set of rules and responsibilities that everyone had to perform in this organization's mission to reintegrate people into a job setting after they leave.
Look, just to let you know, people do better in their life with routine. So if you put somebody on a routine, there's a good chance they'll get off their drug, by the way.
Leave the shelter.
You can't just live free. I honestly believe in my heart, I don't know about very strict rules, but I really believe you cannot just live willy-nilly somewhere free while being like a, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta try to do better for yourself. I don't give a fuck if you working at McDonald's and you barely making ends meet at your new crib. Like, you're still doing better than, you know, what you was doing. I don't give a fuck. Just try.
But they offer some nice amenities, including a gym, laundry machines, and a dining room that they help operate and maintain.
We don't think of them as rules. We just think of them as
And this is one of the rules
life.
right here. And this is like, hey, listen, if you want to be a part of this,
Yep.
you got to lock in.
It's a place where all these guys get Jesus jammed down their throats, right? It's all happening.
Talk to me. You say that facetiously, obviously, but that is the narrative to some folks.
Guess what? It's all church people that are paying your way here, man. They're you know, I'm not asking them to, you know, again, get dunked underwater or anything like that.
So no forced baptism.
Yeah, no forced baptism. But what they get is about a half hour to 40-minute Bible study in the morning, half hour to 40-minute Bible study in the evening. They can still make their own decision. I have plenty of people who enter here agnostic and leave here agnostic.
Sure. And as I saw this guy down the hall, I wanted to hear his honest review of living here.
So when did you come in here?
About 8 days ago.
Okay, this is fresh, right?
I enjoy it here. I enjoy all the guys here.
Brother, you don't have to say that just because I'm here, okay?
So cover your ears. Let me ask him. Yeah. So 8 days ago you came in here. Where'd you come from?
The streets.
Okay.
I was thrown out of my house, and
Damn.
I'm doing wonderful. I can't believe it. How good that I'm doing. How nice the people are here, and I enjoy it. I used to be on drugs. Since I've been here, I don't need them.
So you've been sober last 8 days or a little bit more?
8 or 9 days.
So you've just been raw dogging the sobriety.
Yeah.
You're actively sort of, I don't know.
I get along with the staff.
Yeah.
I get along with the inmates here. Well, inmates, I'm sorry.
While this place might be a godsend, no pun intended, for those willing to comply with the rules and responsibilities it comes with, the most surprising aspect of this tour might just be these vacant beds.
So you can see everything with no bedding in here is vacant space.
So if we were to walk to the park right now, let's say you and I, say, hey, we got 20 vacant beds. If you guys are willing to follow the rules and regulations, you guys would take them in today? What is the likelihood any of them would take you up on that offer?
I would argue 99% chance that they're going to say no.
And what is the biggest reason they have for saying no? Because the bed's here, right? They don't have to be out in the wilderness.
The first thing they'll tell you is that there's rules. Okay, they've taught to think of those things as barriers. It's been repeated ad nauseum to them about how bad these things are.
If I come in and I fully do basically whatever you tell me to do, and I withstand the rules and regulations of the program, I will leave, get a job, end up in a house, back on my feet. So 33% of your people have succeeded in that capacity.
Not only that, after 30 days in this room, they will have been sober for 30 days, which means that they can pass a UA for a job.
Oh, shoot. While there are empty beds available for people that are willing to partake in the programs and comply with the rules here, once these beds fill up, where else will the remaining homeless go? While being upset with the drug needles and foil left behind is completely understandable, the concept of fining someone for trying to survive in a tent outside seems downright evil. And if the town's goal is really to just keep these homeless people out of sight, it seems like fining them will only keep them poor, on the streets, and at the parks their kids play at.
How do you take 20,000 children in the middle of New York City without anybody seeing?
Hey man, if you enjoyed that, I was distracted almost that whole video. If you enjoyed that video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.